All right, and that's where we're starting the show this morning. We understand that with the COVID-19 and the fact that is wreaking havoc across the world, and that's the reason most of the sporting events are postponed, and people are still hoping by June some events will still be taking place. For Olympics that's coming up in July 24th to be postponed to 2021. So it simply means every other sport before that time obviously is in danger, and that's why this one is coming up right now.
Of course, yeah, Cecilia, a lot of these decisions are just common sense decisions. A lot of these sporting events have tried to buy their time to see if the situation will get better, but as it is right now, it's not getting better. On the contrary, it's actually getting worse. It's spreading. Countries are having cases, on a daily basis. So that's why a lot of these decisions are, like I said, just common sense. And one of those events, another casualty of the COVID-19 is Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Of course, we cannot forget that remarkable second bout between these two fighters a couple of months ago. Deontay Wilder lost for the first time to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury took the belt, immediately exercised a rematch, which we're supposed to see sometimes in July. But because of coronavirus, we're not going to get to see that bout again. That has been pushed back until around October. And that's if things change for the better in terms of combating and tackling this pandemic, corona pandemic. Bob Arum saying you could not guarantee the fighters that events will take place on that date. That date is supposed to be July the 18th. We couldn't convince them or ourselves. Where were we going to train for it? It just made no sense. You have to take a step back. How are you going to sell tickets? It's absolutely ridiculous to say the fight is on when the Brits can't even get there. The Brits can't even travel to the United States. So how's the fight going to go ahead?
It's the training that matters.
Exactly. So everybody has to take a step back. Boxing is not isolated. It is part of what's happening in the world. So possibly the fight will be in early October. That's according to Bob Arum, Tyson Fury's co-promoter.
So if this one have officially come out to say July 18th is not possible anymore, so it simply means at the end will come out soon and say June is not possible. That's towards the ending of June. And the English Premier League, of course, is going to be back at that time. Hopefully,
the whole of England is shut down.
So I'm talking about June at that time. If England, the English Premier League is back at that time, and of course, they're supposed to use the Tottenham Stadium.
They're going to need a stadium.
They're going to need a stadium at that. So it simply means that bout also may not hold that
Postponement
specific
imminent.
Imminent. Yeah.
Right.
We'll be here to talk about that too.
Absolutely.
All right. So updates still coming from the sporting world. Remember when we reported that all the sporting facilities in Lagos has been shut down by the Lagos State Sports Commission. Right now, the one coming is from the sports ministry. The national stadium totally shut down. All the national stadiums across the country has been shut down also. So it simply means those people that are actually inside the stadium, trying to sell different sportswears and all that, they'll have to move out. The markets that goes on around. When I'm talking about national stadium, I understand what I'm talking about.
We know what goes down there.
Everything we have to go out. And before it was finally, this kind of statement came out, we saw it became a car park of sorts. Recently. And so with the shutdown, so police are going to be there, so people will not be allowed to get into the stadium anymore.
According to a statement signed on Monday by a spokesperson of the ministry, Larry Adams, AB, the direction is aimed to check in the spread and the safeguard of all Nigerians against COVID-19. The stadiums to be shut down include the MKO Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, Ahmedu Bello Stadium in Kaduna, Liberty Stadium, Ibadan, National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos. There you go. Those are the stadiums that are going to be shut down. The ministry also noted that following this directive, these facilities will not be available till further notice. So we're going to have to wait. And everything, like I always say, depends on.
We also know that the federal government, through the Ministry of Health, Nigeria and Nigeria Center for Disease Control, that's NCDC, and other stakeholders are putting necessary measures in place to curb and eliminate the pandemic in Nigeria. That's why these decisions have been taken. Okay. We still have updates coming from COVID, what's happening right here in Nigeria. And
Right.
this update from the newsroom is that there are now 46 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Nigeria, and that is according to the National Center for Disease Control, NCDC. One of the new cases is in Lagos, bringing the total cases in Lagos to 30, while the second case is in Osun State, being its first confirmed case of coronavirus.
Yeah.
According to the NCDC, both cases are travelers who returned to Nigeria in the last 7 days. So confirmed cases, there you have it, 46. Total discharge is 2. Active cases, 43. And of course, 1 death so far in Nigeria. They have just a breakdown of all the states has been affected. So the new state right now is Osun State. That's a new case, and it's 1.
Just kind of restate and reiterate what I said earlier. More cases on a daily basis across the world, and that's why sports has been affected greatly, and that's why the ministry have decided to shut down all the stadiums as well to just stem the spread a little bit while we fight this virus. Let's get back to sports now.
Okay.
Now let's talk about. We're going to be talking about.
It's all about COVID-19 because
gracious.
there's nothing there's no action on court, no action on the field, no action on track. So it's a big one. I mean, no rallies, no nothing. So it's all about coronavirus and of course what people are doing to actually stem the spread of it.
Yes.
And Lionel Messi and Pep Guardiola, both of them have decided to donate 1 million euros each. And a tweet from the clinic on Tuesday actually read that Lionel Messi made a donation to fight against COVID-19 in the clinic. They're thanking him very much for the support and, of course, for his commitment to fighting COVID-19.
And for Guardiola, his donation will go to the Barcelona Medical College and the Angel Sola Daniel Foundation. That's where Guardiola's 1 million euros will be going into. And according to a statement that was released, a lot of that money will be using in the acquisition of sanitary materials during the COVID-19 emergency. So shout out to Pep Guardiola and Lionel Messi for this incredible and kind gestures. All right, then let's move on to another COVID-19 related story. Of course, the Olympics has been postponed, and we're getting reactions from all angles, from athletes, from sports federations, different sports federations. Of course, none bigger than FIFA. Gianni Infantino has been reacting as well. And Cecilia, unfortunately, this is at that time we talk about our countdown, which we have no choice
to
suspend it.
Absolutely. So our countdown is suspended until we have the right dates because the thing is, it's been postponed till 2021. But then what is the date? But it's going to be before summer. So it's going to be now. It's going to be before summer. We all know that. Since it's going to be before summer, we need a date, a particular month that's going to take place, which we don't know yet because they're going to come up with that. It's going to be difficult thing for them to come up with because we're already saying that 2021 will be the busiest year ever since I was born. I don't know if there was any other one, but the ones I've witnessed is going to be the busiest ever, that we've witnessed. So everyone is keeping their fingers crossed and waiting what date is going to be okay for Tokyo 2020 to take place. But then let's listen to Thomas Bach telling us that the reason why this decision was arrived at is about saving lives, not just the lives of the athletes, but the lives of the fans, of course, everyone across the world, because the virus is spread across Africa. At first, it wasn't in Africa, it wasn't in the Oceania and all that, but right now it's in Africa, it's in Oceania, it's everywhere across the globe, outside Antarctica, where how many people do you have there? 1,000 or something? Okay, people hardly live there, so it's not there right now. That's the only place is safe. But then all across the globe is right there, and that's the reason IOC and of course the Japanese organizers Tokyo 2020 had to come up with this decision.